we are going to do a little physical activity. We're going to do this, we're going to do stretches for about 1.5 minutes. And then after our stretches, I want you to be ready to take your heart rate. So before you start, I want you to find your timer and get that ready so that as soon as we're done stretching, you are able to measure your heart rate. So go ahead and hit pause right now and find that timer. Okay, so we're gonna start our stretching. Ready, about 1.5 minutes. Getting my timer going. So we're gonna stretch for 1.5 minutes. And all right, legs wide. Down to the side. Not too far, not too hard. All right, how about in the middle? Don't force it, just be light enough where you feel some resistance, and down to the left. Legs are straight, leaning in. All right, good. Now I want you to sit down. Legs are in a V, down to the right. Nice and easy, don't force it. And to the middle, just enough where it starts to feel like too much. Let's hold it there. And then to your left. Let reach, hold it. Okay, now I want you to do a calf stretch. You're gonna use a wall. Put your toe up and your heel down. And then your back foot kind of your back heel comes up. So you're stretching this calf right here. All right, go ahead and switch, toe up. This heel is up, stretching this calf. And how about some quad stretches? So hold your foot back here and switch and do the other leg. All right, that was about 1.5 minutes. I want you to hit pause, start your timer, and take your pulse for 1 minute. Okay, my heart rate for stretching was 79. So it went up about 11 beats in that 1 minute. The next thing I'm gonna have you do is read. So you're gonna use the timer that you already have. You're gonna set it for 1.5 minutes, and you are going to read for 1.5 minutes. And then you're gonna put your book down. You're gonna change your timer to 1 minute, and you're gonna take your heart rate again. After reading for 1.5 minutes, take your heart rate for 1 minute. My heart rate when reading was 66. I think that book kind of like calmed me down because it was a little bit below resting. The next one we're gonna do is some aerobic activity or exercising. So I want you to write down exercising and get your, just get some space. I'm gonna show you here in the next clip. I just follow my exercise directions, and then as soon as the exercise concludes, you will set your 1 minute timer and take your heart rate. Aerobic exercise, which means we are exercising, getting our lots of activity, lots of movement. Just follow along. We're gonna exercise for about 1.5 minutes. Ready? We're gonna start with just jog in place. So we're doing this for about 30 seconds. Turn, get your knees up. You can go in a circle. You're just staying in one spot. Feet are coming off the ground. About 12 more seconds. Jog. Might be feeling your breathing increasing a little. Okay, next one I want you to try jumping jacks. Arms out, legs out. Doing that for about 20 more seconds. Keep going. Five more seconds. Okay, last one I want you to do is mountain climbers. Knees go up, hands go up. So it's kind of like a running in place, but your arms are up. Mountain climbers. Knees are up. 12 more seconds. Be ready to set that 1 minute timer as soon as we're done and take your pulse. Okay, set your timer. And all right, when I was exercising, my heart rate was 119. So quite a bit bigger than the other ones. 119. Okay, the last measure you're gonna do is actually a household chore. So you're gonna find something you do around your house, whether it be load the dishwasher, make your bed, straighten up your room, wash some dishes, take the dog out, wipe off the living room tables. So you need to find a household chore that you can do for 1.5 minutes, not long at all. And then as soon as you have done that chore for about 1.5 minutes, you're going to stop and you're going to measure your pulse for 1 minute. Okay, I decided to straighten up my office for 1 minute, or actually 1.5 minutes. So that was my chore. And when I was done taking my heart rate, after my chore, my heart rate was 81. So you should have 5 different heart rate readings. And I want you to spend the next minute thinking about your prediction and what you thought your heart rate would do during different activities. All right, so now that we've done all 5 of those heart rate tests, I want you to think back about your predictions then. And how did they hold up? Like I asked you, what do you predict will change, like what activities will change your heart rate the most? And so did they stand up? I want you, the whole reason we learned this today though is because you're doing virtual PE, sometimes you don't have anyone around holding you accountable, and maybe you do, but your heart rate will hold you accountable. So as you participate with, like when I share a link and you're supposed to work along and copy the link or dance along or exercise along, the way you know if you're really working hard is by checking your pulse after you're done to make sure your heart rate is above that resting one, much above. And it's different for every kid, so I can't tell you exactly what your heart rate should be. It varies depending your age and your size. But you want to make sure that your heart rate, that beating of your heart, increases when you're doing exercise. I'm gonna ask you to share your heart rates that you kept track of today in our flip grid. But so next I want you to click on the link for some physical activity.